Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV, and my next interview partner here at the Precious Metal Summit Virtual in Zurich is Kit Mars, the CEO and founder of, formerly Western Alaska Copper and Gold, and now they had a name change, which is new now, Western Alaska Minerals, and the company starts really also trading today under the symbol WAM. So, Kit, good morning. How are you doing?
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. Always good. And I think as you are the first time here on our show, it would be great if you give us a short overview on your great company, please.
Okay, I'll try to do that short. So we, as you mentioned, we just had a name change last week. We completed, we previously were a US registered private corporation based in Alaska. We completed our reverse takeover on the and qualified for the TSX Venture Exchange, a tier 1 listing company. And as you said, today will be our first day of trading. Western Alaska was incorporated in Alaska in 2010. So we've been around for about a dozen years. We've been privately funded for the last 10 years, raised approximately $10 million US. To work on our various properties. The key to one of the takeaways for our company is over the last 10 years, along with Joe Pekenbrock, our Chief Exploration Officer, my wife Joan and I, we have worked to combine and now have assembled all of the properties as one district. This district was discovered by Anaconda Minerals as a greenfields discovery in 1980. Was a very important project, but then Anaconda closed due to low oil prices in 1985. We have a number of properties. Actually, we have 5 properties and 5 different commodities that we advance together.
Which are the commodities?
The commodities, starting with the past producing Illinois Creek mine. It was the first operating open pit gold, silver heap leach mine in Alaska. So that would be the gold, silver component. We have our Round Top copper deposit. It is separate from the Illinois Creek claims, and we focused on it in 2016 to 19 during the time of low precious metals. And then we also have the Honker high-grade gold vein. And last but not least, will be coming our focus in 2022 is Water Pump Creek, which is a very high-grade carbonate replacement deposit, very silver rich. So that is the silver, lead, zinc components of our commodities.
Okay, super. And those 5 projects are all together in your mining district you are controlling. Did I get that correct?
That is correct. We control all of the claims and all of the properties 100%. And I should add, very importantly, we, of course, are in Alaska, a very safe jurisdiction for mining. And all of our properties are on state of Alaska land. Our access route to the Yukon River is also state of Alaska. So we have very little U.S. federal nexus, as it's called.
Okay, fantastic. So I saw on your website, it is, of course, the Illinois Creek Mining District called, and there is an old mine, as you said already. Do you have the intention to bring this old mine again into production? As I saw, I think you have quite a good infrastructure there and access, right?
Yes, we do. We, as I said, our resource for going public is the existing 525,000 ounces of gold equivalent. Would like to point out that is entirely historical, based on 550 drill holes for the mine plan. So it has not been explored in recent years. And so we are very confident that resource can be expanded. The state of Alaska has given us the entire mine permit data set from when it was fully permitted as an operating mine. So very, very extensive data. We have all of the Anaconda data and the many companies that also operated at Illinois Creek. Our focus, as I said, will be shifting to the very high grade Water Pump Creek deposit, but at the same time, we are advancing the engineering and metallurgy for the Illinois Creek mine itself.
Fantastic. So you have like two focuses, I would say. Let's come to your Water Pump Creek project here. You said, what have you done so far this year on this project, especially because you said 2022 will be like a big year for that project, right?
Yeah. Yes, a little bit of background. It is Water Pump Creek is the same geologic system as Illinois Creek. They are about 6 kilometers apart. But from a geologic standpoint, Illinois Creek would represent the high temperature copper gold part of the system. And Water Pump Creek, 6 kilometers away, would be the very distal, lower temperature silver, lead, zinc. Both deposits are hosted by Ordovician dolomites, so the same stratigraphy. It just shows the very large scale of this system. There were about 40 drill holes historic from Anaconda and Nova Gold at Water Pump Creek, principally in the upper level, the oxide section. The area Water Pump Creek is oxidized to a depth of about 100 meters. Our focus now is drilling the sulfide intercepts below that. We drilled a number of holes this summer. The sixth one, Water Pump Creek 2109, returned a very excellent 8.1 meter true thickness interval of very high grade lead zinc silver, 550 grams per ton silver, and a combined just under 4. That is an exceptional grade on comparing to any of the major operating silver mines in the world.
Okay, and 2022, what would be then your work program there? What do you want to achieve?
In 2022, we will dedicate at least one drill rig to drilling the sulfide intercepts at Water Pump Creek. We do not know the extent of the deposit, so we will not be focusing on extremely close-in resource drilling. We'll be stepping out to at least probably 50-meter intercepts down dip and a long strike to determine really the overall extent of the deposit. With this type of grade and the very high specific gravity of 2.6 to 2.8, it doesn't make very many tons at that grade to make an economic deposit. So that is our goal, to hopefully reach that in 2022.
Okay, and longer term, you want to bring that, let's say, those projects together with an hub and spoke strategy into production, then using the old mine site?
We do have quite a bit of infrastructure. We have a access right now is a 4,400 foot airstrip. So when we do need to bring in something quickly, fuel or heavier equipment, we can use C-130 or DC-6 aircraft. However, we have a lot of the existing infrastructure in place, all the heavy equipment, bulldozers, graders, trucks, and about an 8-mile existing road system that connects the camp, the airstrip, to the existing mine. Our goal is to continually to advance Water Pump Creek. We'll start to do some modern metallurgy testing this winter. The sulfides are very, very coarse grained, so we anticipate some very excellent metallurgy. As we do the drilling, we'll be, of course, bringing in analysts, et cetera, to visit the deposits and hopefully develop into a very economic resource. But time will tell, and drilling will be drilling and assays will be the decision maker.
Yeah, definitely. Drilling and assays is always the key to success, finally. Yeah, this all costs, of course, a lot of money. I can imagine with your IPO that you raised additional money. So what is the financial situation of the company, and who are the largest shareholders?
Currently, we just closed a RTO financing a few weeks ago for 5.2 million Canadian. We had existing cash in the treasury from approximately $3.5 million pre-RTO financing in May, principally for our drilling program this year. And we needed to pay a few attorneys for the going public process. So we are well funded for our program next year. But with the success at Water Pump Creek, we will be thinking about some additional funding so we can expand the drilling program. We do own our own drill rigs. We have 3 on site. Only issue is getting enough staffing, but we're working with our contractors actually in the next few weeks to have that in place.
Great. And who are the largest shareholders?
Largest shareholders, two institutions joined us both pre and post RTO. That would include Crescat Capital, a fund organization based in Denver, Colorado, and Delbrook Capital in Toronto and Vancouver.
What's their percentage? Can you disclose that?
Yes,
approximately. That's approximately.
All the numbers have been changing quickly as we've gone public, but they're probably in the and I apologize for not knowing the exact number, but in the 7 to 8% ownership range each. But that will be clarified as all the shares are counted up here.
Of course. Okay, super. So what is management share in the company?
Management and insiders, which the two largest shareholders would include my wife, Joan, and myself, and approximately 15% each. Nice. And then we have a number of friends and family business associates that have been with us the last 10 years. And so together, the insiders would be approximately 45% ownership.
Wow, that's great.
And our goal is to bring in, we've been a US-centric shareholder base. Part of our listing is we need to and want to add more non-US residents as shareholders. So our focus will now be Canadian and European shareholders.
Great, fantastic. Kit, thank you very much. It was a great first insight into your company, and would be great, digest the listing today and then get the things moving, because with the treasury in the bank, I could imagine you can drill something really nice out there next year.
That is our goal, and we certainly expect that. So thank you very much for your invitation.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Kit Maas, the CEO and founder of Western Alaska Minerals. And yeah, you heard the company is not brand new, of course. They are working already for decades, but they were private so far. Today was the first listing day, the symbol is WAM at the Venture Exchange. And now those shares can be also bought publicly. Quite interesting. They are in Alaska, 5 projects, 5 metals, all metals which are really needed in our new Green Deal world and also for security like gold. And I would suggest you have a nice look into that, a good look into the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.